No LeBron James, no Luka Doncic, no superstar safety net. And still, the Lakers walked into this battle like they had the baddest closer in the building, because Austin Reaves turned into a straight-up monster, dropping a mind-blowing career-high 51 points, making the Sacramento Kings look like they accidentally signed up for a private torture session instead of a basketball game. This wasn't some lucky night heat check. This was pure skill, pure confidence, and pure, I'm him. Reaves shot the ball like a sniper in a video game. 12 of 22 from the field at 54.5%, 6 of 10 from deep, and get this, only 2 Lakers hit a 3 all night, him and Jake LaRavia, making the Kings' defense look like they were guarding ghosts. And as if the scoring wasn't wild enough, Austin added 11 rebounds and 9 assists, coming just one dime shy of a filthy 51-point triple-double, the kind of stat line that usually crashes NBA apps and makes all-star voters panic. He didn't just fill in the holes left by missing stars. He stole the entire show and set the whole arena on fire. Whenever the Lakers needed anything, a dagger 3, a slice-to-the-rim layup, a crafty foul draw, a mid-range fadeaway under pressure, Reaves delivered like the team's emergency superhero who refuses to let the story end. Kings threw multiple defenders at him. Keon Ellis pressed him like he owed him money. Former Laker Dennis Schroeder tried to stay in front. Everyone took a turn, and none of them could even slow his rhythm. Austin read their schemes, manipulated the pace, controlled the offense, and punished every single mismatch like he had this whole night planned in advance. And anyone thinking this was just a random explosion clearly hasn't been paying attention. We've seen this version of Reaves before. Last season versus Indiana, when he dropped 45 with no Bron and no AD, and he just upgraded that performance into a historic 51, like upgrading from a sports car to a rocket ship. Give Reaves the keys full time, and he proves over and over he's not just a third option. He's a legit primary creator who can run an offense and take souls doing it. He doesn't chase headlines or individual glory. He just wants to win. But if you leave him the spotlight, he will absolutely steal the stage and dare anyone to take it back. And while Austin was the main character of this movie, he didn't act alone. DeAndre Ayton delivered his best game as a Laker with 22 points and 15 boards, dominating the paint, and finally showing why the team believed in him. Rui Hachimura stepped up too, super efficient with 18 points on 7 for 10 shooting, giving the Lakers another steady scoring punch. Marcus Smart brought his toughness and energy into the starting lineup, logging 31 intense minutes before briefly stepping out. It wasn't a perfect night, but it was a statement. Even without their generational stars, the Lakers found a new leader, and his name is Austin "Motherfan" Reaves, a man who just changed the conversation in Los Angeles forever. Weren't just riding Austin Reaves' historic takeover. This was a full squad showing heart, toughness, and survival mode against a hungry Kings team. And when Marcus Smart returned late in the fourth quarter like a battle-hardened warrior, he delivered 11 clutch points, 5 assists, and a huge defensive spark that the Lakers needed to slam the door shut. He took on the secondary ball handler role when Reaves was being hounded full court, knocked down critical shots at the rim, and brought that signature Smart intensity that instantly elevates everyone on the floor. It wasn't the sexiest stat line overall, but Smart's presence screamed leadership, barking out defensive assignments, taking hits, making gritty plays most fans won't appreciate, but coaches absolutely love. Jake LaRavia was another underrated hero, stepping up off the bench like he'd been waiting his whole life for this exact opportunity. 11 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, and the only other Laker besides Reaves to hit a 3. That right there says everything. When everyone's struggling from deep, Jake was a lifeline, a floor spacer, and even one of their best on-ball defenders tonight. Yes, on a team that featured Smart, Ayton, and Vanderbilt. LaRavia brought that 3-and toughness profile that championship teams drool over, closing out hard on shooters, diving into scrums for loose balls, rotating like a veteran when switches blew up, and staying confident even when pressure increased. If this is the version of Jake the Lakers get consistently, that's a weapon they didn't know they had. And speaking of defensive havoc, Jared Vanderbilt was pure chaos in sneakers once again. With no Hayes and no Kleber in the rotation, Vando embraced a hybrid role, Sometimes the small ball five, sometimes chasing guards 30 feet from the rim, and sometimes doing both in a single possession. His two steals, high energy coverage, and perfectly timed deflections disrupted Sacramento's rhythm the entire night. He was everywhere, blocking driving lanes, crashing the glass, cleaning up scraps at the basket, and basically being the defensive heartbeat the Lakers have depended on so many times before. His presence kept the Lakers locked in when the Kings tried to spark a run, and the Lakers fed off that electricity. When you list the best defenders of the night, Ayton, Smart, Vanderbilt, and then you realize Jake wasn't far behind, that's a winning culture shift happening in real time. And as good as the role players were, everything still orbited around the supernova named Austin Reaves. This performance didn't just win a game, it shut down a whole section of the NBA fanbase that constantly yells "Trade Reaves" like it's their full-time job. Tonight, they have nothing to say. Austin silenced the doubters, clapped back without opening his mouth, and forced the world to accept a truth they keep resisting. He's too valuable to give up, too skilled to overlook, too clutch to disrespect. Because anyone who watched this game saw a franchise-level creator. They saw a guy who can take over a playoff environment and bury a team's confidence under a pile of buckets. And if that wasn't enough, the Lakers backed the win with big-time maturity in the post-game huddle and interviews. No ego, no victory parade, just focus. Reaves himself said he didn't walk in thinking, "I need 50 tonight," because his only mission was to do whatever helps the team win. That's a killer mindset disguised as humility. He praised the squad for execution, highlighting the after-timeout layup Jake got, the smart reads, the way they punished blitzes late. That's leadership. He knows with Gabe Vincent out, ball handling responsibilities get heavier, and he basically carried that responsibility like a backpack full of bricks while still blowing up the scoreboard. And then you hear DeAndre Ayton talk. And it becomes crystal clear this team is building insane chemistry fast. Ayton said Reaves has been dissecting him since day one, learning how he moves, how emotional he plays, how to unlock angry Ayton, the dominant rim-attacking version that punishes every mismatch. That offensive rebound putback dunk? That wasn't just 2 points. That was Ayton roaring into the fight, Reaves finding energy in Ayton's fire, and the whole team erupting because they know exactly what that moment means. Ayton locked in equals Lakers nearly unstoppable. Ayton also broke down the strategy like a mastermind. How the Kings were mixing coverage, first letting him pressure the rim, then blitzing Austin. And that flipped the game into Ayton's short roll playground, his bread and butter game where defenders are trapped in hell. Crowd the paint, and he throws a dime to the corner. Stay home, and he feasts at the rim, bring a guard as the low man, and he simply jumps over them with that massive height advantage. And Reaves kept feeding him perfectly. Pocket passes, lob threats, quick touch entry feeds, making Ayton's night feel effortless. Then Ayton said the magic words that show how real this connection is becoming. "He got my back." That's not a teammate. That's a brother. And when your star guard and your star big start trusting each other like that, that's how playoff runs begin. This game wasn't clean, wasn't easy, and definitely didn't come with the comfort of 2 global superstars. But it came with something more dangerous: belief. Belief that this team has enough firepower, enough depth, enough chemistry, and enough heart to win even without the big names. Belief that Austin Reaves can carry the kingdom on his shoulders. Belief that Ayton is ready to reclaim his dominance. Belief that role players like Smart, Vanderbilt, and LaRavia don't just fill minutes, they change momentum. The Lakers walked into Sacramento without their legends and walked out with a statement win that puts the whole Western Conference on notice. Sleep on us now, regret it later. And guess what? There's no celebrating, because they suit up again tomorrow. This back-to-back isn't a challenge. It's an opportunity to prove that this wasn't a one-night miracle. It's the beginning of something real.